Have you ever wondered how you could watch every single race of the Pepsi Cup Series and have them all at your fingertips? Scroll down to the playlist tabs and then select the season playlist of your choosing and then select the race in which you wish to watch. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and enjoy all of the racing action here on the FireLynx Racing Network. All right, here we go. It is time for the Daytona 500 here in Season 6. Welcome everyone into the FireLynx Racing Network, where we are about to begin the Pepsi Cup Series new season. It's finally time to get going after I guess for normal sports, a very short 1 month off season. But we are back after the duels that happened back on Wednesday. Our starting grid is set for this year's Daytona 500. It's sure to be a fantastic race here around this 2.5 mile long oval here in Florida. It's going to be a great day of racing, that's for sure. We're going to see 2 and 3 wide pack racing all throughout today with this 38 car field full of next gens. Chase Elliott, your pole sitter, he is the first of our ones to watch here today. Finished his dual race. That's all you need to do, obviously, if you're in the top 2, the pole sitter for your duel, to start on the front row. Bubba Wallace starts second, our defending champ of the 500. Can he do something about that and back up his win last year? Josh Bilicki won duel number 1. Can he potentially find himself in victory lane at the end of today? It'll be a tough task. And his teammate Carson Hocevar, the rookie, as well, looking strong in the 7 car for Spire Motorsports. That team has been strong here at Daytona so far. Denny Hamlin in the 11. You can never count him out here at Daytona. He's one of 5 Interstate Batteries cars in the field here today. Spotter's nightmare. Noah Gragson, new in the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports. He starts deep in the field, but he's a great super speedway racer, and he has the aggression to win these things. So we'll see what he can do as the engines are fired. We are ready to roll off. It is time to go through our starting lineup as we prepare for the 6th running of the Pepsi Cup Series Daytona 500. Elliott Fan 9 lines up alongside NW147. That 9 car has been so dominant on super speedways, but hasn't won one in this dominant stretch. CS Productions and Duncan are in row 2. Chase the Row Racers alongside Timothy Tacos, that's row 3. NASCAR and Dogs is alongside Game Bros 27 in row 4. Nikolai is alongside Cubstero 9 in row number 5. And in row 6, it's Theory Racing Network in the 50. That's Kaz Gralla and Tyler the Creator 2. The Sergio Show is alongside Mickey and Jeffy Show with Racer X Productions alongside the SMCS Racing Network. Behind them, Soap is alongside Doorman, and Payne lines up alongside Colin Cropley, 2 of our Interstate Batteries cars. The 18 is rookie Sammy Smith. 62 is Win 049, and Sports and Gaming Central is in the 54. Defending champion, the 20, Christopher Bell, is Cooper Snyder, and Super Mario David 124. Alongside him, that's Matthew Benedetto. Ozone Productions is alongside Renee Hernandez, and Dark Shadows Guard is alongside Nil 83 in the 91. That's Shane Van Gisbergen. Nathan S. in the 4, Josh Berry, that's alongside Tomato Can 142. NASCAR Toyota Cup Series is alongside Super NASCAR Fan 48. Rex Racing Network, that's Justin Haley in the 51, gotta remember that, is alongside Dylan Hardy with L-Dog 48 Gaming and Will Garner behind them, and rounding out the field, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., that's Gianna Rode the Wall and R.S. Conover. 48, 19, and 31 are all in backup cars after being involved in incidents in their duels. And we get ready for today's race. Here's your race info. 15 laps, halfway points at lap 7. Very important to get those points. And obviously watch out for the big one or big ones. At this point, it's not a matter of if, but when, with how this super speedway racing is today. But the pace car makes the left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag is in the air here in Daytona. Elliott gets the push and takes the lead down the back straightaway. I've lost count at this point, but as he comes out of turn number 4, I believe this will be super speedway race number 8 in a row that Chase Elliott has led a lap in. But as I mentioned in the starting lineup, he has not won a super speedway race in a long time in the series. As there you can see all the Toyotas falling to the back. God, that'll be confusing for the spotters when they do mix it up in the pack. That's for sure. But it's Elliott, Balicki, and Button up at the front, as there goes Ryan Preece up to the outside as they form up 3 wide early on. Elliott still leads. 2 laps now complete. And this would also make Chase the points leader technically, because he's getting 5 points for every lap he leads. 30 points for leading the most laps if he can do that, which is something he is no stranger to doing on the super speedways. But here comes on the outside Formula 1 world champion Jenson Button in the 10, trying to take the lead. Can he do it with help from teammate Ryan Preece, and obviously Chase Briscoe working that outside line back there as well? As we come around to complete the third of 15 laps, we're 1/5 of the way through here at Daytona, and Jenson Button leading at Daytona, sideways there for a second, but he keeps it straight. Here comes that outside line now. Chase Briscoe with a big run up top, trying to make something happen. As they come to the line, he will lead the lap over Chase Elliott and Jenson Button. 3 wide for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Todd Gilliland pushing the 14 out in front here at Daytona. And now here comes Matt DiBenedetto jumping to the bottom. Matty D started deep in this field, but look how far he's come. As on the outside now, the front row teammates. That's Todd Gilliland and Michael McDowell going to the lead with just 2 laps to go until the halfway break is awarded. Ryan Preece in the 41 trying to make something happen. Man, that outside line is working tough, but everybody's going down to the bottom and blocking that, and it's causing a whole bunch of lead changes. At this rate, we'll have a record. As now Logano to the bottom of Preece, and that's, 3 lead changes in a lap. As now, just 1 to go until the stage points are awarded. Logano to the outside. That allows Gilliland to get a push on the inside, and Todd Gilliland, last year's Rookie of the Year, I believe, to the lead here at Daytona. As they come out of turn number 4, Gilliland will take the points. McDowell, Briscoe, Logano, and DiBenedetto, your top 5. The top 10 score points. 25 for first, all the way down to 1 for 10th. And as they head on the back straightaway, will they settle down? Oh, no, they won't. Big block there from Todd Gilliland on Joey Logano. You would think they would settle down a bit now because we've hit the halfway break. There's still half of the race left to go. But no, they're racing more aggressively now than they were even before the break. Logano on the outside, down to the bottom, blocks Todd Gilliland. Here comes Austin Dillon with Jimmy Johnson from the second to last row on the grid. Johnson up in the second here at Daytona in just 9 complete laps as they work their way through turns 1 and 2. Trouble! Car upside down at the back of the field. It's Harrison Burton who goes flipping and slides on his lid down towards turn number 1. First caution of the race comes out here on lap 10. And it's a single car accident. And Harrison Burton, for the second time in a Pepsi Cup Series Daytona 500, finds himself on his roof. Back in season 4, that 21 also went for a flip on the back straightaway in the big one. Here today, it's a much smaller incident, but still a big flip for the 21. Car just caught air when it was turned there. Can't tell if it got, I think that it got high and then the 51 couldn't back off or something and it turned Harrison Burton and just air got under the car and up it went. But we get ready now for a restart with 3 laps to go. Coming into the restart zone, green flag, and Austin Dillon is alongside Jimmy Johnson. The RCR teammates, Dillon and Bush, working that bottom line right now. As they head down the back straightaway, just 2.5 laps to go. Here comes William Byron on the outside as Jimmie Johnson goes to the lead at Daytona. But for how long? Because they're 3 wide for the lead. Now it's Byron in front. Johnson trying to take the point. And Austin Dillon goes around. And they're wrecking once again, bringing out the caution. Hamlin, Larson, McDowell, Stenhouse, Dillon, Hill. A bunch of people involved in this latest yellow. And now we can breathe. Oh boy. Hamlin, Larson, hard contact with the outside wall. Michael McDowell went around in the middle of the pack. Bunch of damage on his 34 car. Same for the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse. Those 4 at least will be out of the race. Don't know if we have any more drivers who will fail to finish due to this wreck. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but William Byron will be scored the leader here under this caution over Joey Logano and Jimmie Johnson. Here is a look at what happened. It was Kyle Busch spinning his teammate Austin Dillon, and then behind them, I guess in reaction, they all just kind of lost it. Yeah, Hill got hit, I think, as he was slowing up. Kind of got, like, lifted off the ground. And then Denny Hamlin, a hard hit in the 11 there. Dillon, Smith, Briscoe, they're all going to continue on with minimal damage. We'll have to see if they could still, race up front in this pack for the win. Austin Hill, Chandler Smith in the 31, they will still be racing. A lot of cars involved in this one, but not too many actually taken out. I believe 11 involved in total there. In that accident, the second accident of the day, the first big one, but we're coming to the green here in overtime. 2 laps to settle the Daytona 500, and we are back green once again. William Byron getting the push, but here comes Logano with help from Di Benedetto on the high side. Onto the backstretch, sideways, Joey Logano into the wall, and the big one happens behind them. Shane Van Gisbergen is involved. Daniel Suarez, all the Trackhouse cars. There's Ross Chastain, Josh Berry, Ryan Preece, all of the remaining Interstate Batteries cars. Chris Buescher, a bunch of people. Defending champion Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Martin Truex Jr. So many cars taken out in this one. In what is our second big one of the day. Bubba Wallace in the wall. He will not be able to back up his Daytona 500 victory from last season, unfortunately, as this will be day done for him. Sammy Smith, think after barely missing that wreck, the first one, he's going to be out in this one, unfortunately. And there's the 51 of Justin Haley as well. Great super speedway racer taken out of this race. Man, a lot of people in this. And now let's watch Chase Elliott here. Dominant on the super speedways, fell back. Your pole sitter barely avoids getting clipped by Shane Van Gisbergen there. As you could just see behind Logano, there was contact again in avoidance of the 22. I think Suarez, trying to slow down, got run into by his teammate, and that just caused all of this. Ryan Blaney with significant damage, but it looks like he'll be continuing on in this race as we get ready for second overtime. So let's try this again, why don't we? 2 laps to settle the Daytona 500. 5 miles to go. Green flag. And Byron lets Johnson get down in front, but that allows Di Benedetto to get up in front and clear for the lead. Gregson into second. Here comes Tyler Reddick up into third. Down to the bottom. Di Benedetto leads. Coming out of turn number 4 here at Daytona. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go in the Daytona 500. And it's Matt Di Benedetto leading, but he gets turned and into the wall with Noah Gragson. And now it's Josh Bilicki with Tyler Reddick. Chase Briscoe pushing him. Trouble. They get turned. Jensen Button hitting the catch fence, and the caution is out. Josh Bilicki has won the Daytona 500 after winning his dual race and falling back after starting in third. He rebounds after avoiding all the wrecks and wins the Daytona 500. All drivers appear to be lowering their window nets and climbing out after that vicious crash both in turn one and then again on the back straightaway. The big one happens once again. That's 3 in this in the final 5 laps of this race. So there you can see the destroyed, the demolished 10 car, the Stewart-Haas Racing entry of Jenson Button, Eric Jones, William Byron, pretty much the entire field involved in this. Only 4 cars crossed the line, as you can see that tire from the 10 car outside of the racing surface. There's the entire front portion of the car, and where it ended up against the wall, pretty much halfway entangled in that fencing. The 50, Kaz Gralla, taken out. Chandler Smith almost made it to the end of his first 500. Austin Dillon involved in yet another wreck. John Hunter Nemechek. Chase Elliott can't make it to the flag. Kyle Busch doesn't make it. Todd Gilliland, Brad Keselowski. Already mentioned William Byron, Austin Hill, Jimmy Johnson, so close, and Chase Briscoe was running second there when that wreck broke out. As now we could take a look at the turn 1 wreck replay. Balicki had such a huge run on Gregson, tried to go to the inside because he had nowhere to go. Probably could have tried the outside, but then you're losing the race. And then here's the big one on the final lap. Terrible, terrible crash for Jenson Button up into the fence, and then hit again by Hill and Johnson. That's vicious. That's really vicious. And the only drivers to finish this race will be Balicki, Reddick, Hocevar, and Blaney, who fell away from the main pack after getting all that damage. As I think I mentioned already, how he had all that damage in the previous yellow. So much destruction in this race in the second half after a very clean and caution-free first 9 1/4 laps before the Harrison Burton flip really set things off here at Daytona, as you really expect on these super speedways. So much chaos as you can look for where your driver finished if you manage to get a sign-up entry for the season. Just look for your name there. Best part is how you could literally have a top 5 and not even finish the race. That's how chaotic today's race was. This might hold the record for least amount of cars to finish a Pepsi Cup Series race. After there's just one super speedway ago back at Atlanta to open up the second part of season 5, where we set the record for most drivers to finish a technically super speedway race, which is absolutely insane to think about. I mean, we only had 2 cars DNF from this race. Here today, 34 failed to cross the line and finish. Absolute chaos. As now we're going to head to the points. Here are how things are looking. Josh Balicki with the 100 points for winning the race. He takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, Ryan Blaney are top 5. Reddick with some good points here today as well, finishing second. Chase Briscoe from the halfway break, and then again getting a top 5 despite not finishing. Holds on to P3. And here are the rest of your standings. Kaz Gralla, the app I was using, you can only put one number per driver, and because that 50 car is like split between a bunch of drivers, he just gets a line, I guess, a pink line. So there's the explanation to that, so don't go asking in the comments why Kaz Gralla is a pink line. It's not his actual number. That's your top 30 in points. Thank you all for watching this Daytona 500. God, this was a fun race to film. Crazy race to film as well. Hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all liked that Josh Balicki victory. That's sure to be a popular one as well in the series. Next up, we're racing in Vegas to start off a 4-race, I believe, West Coast swing at Vegas, Phoenix, Auto Club, and Sonoma. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.